Alright, take 13. Here we go. This is a new episode of the Tim's 2 Cents and Can't Think of a Better Name podcast. This is the second now that I've done successfully. I need to front load this whole episode with a bunch of praise for myself so that really gets through to all you guys. I'm doing so amazingly well just because I can record a podcast every week now. Aren't I just somebody to look up to? No, I mean, I don't want to go super hard with the sarcasm right away just because I feel like I have been doing a little bit better as far as like since the last time I recorded, especially since the last time I recorded with Daniel. We put out a little live show. We were hoping, I mean, we even mentioned it on the live stream. We were hoping to be able to do just like, do like a Twitch talk channel where we just live stream the Google Hangouts, but something wasn't working. Daniel has an ancient laptop that he is for some reason emotionally attached to. But no, I mean, either we need to send him money or he helped me buy, I think, possibly partly the laptop, and then, although that was a while ago, I'm not sure about that, but at least part of the microphone, I think I paid him back for that. But Daniel, if you need money for a laptop, or if you need me to just like smash it accidentally, if for whatever like reason it's possessing you that way. But yeah, that didn't work out, so we just did a little Google Hangout, kind of talked about what we're doing, tried to explain some of the changes that have happened. But yeah, I think last week I talked about how I've, over the past month, a little bit longer, have become very acquainted with the momentum in a way that I did not want it to happen, where my output for just about everything has gone way down, most of them to zero. To the things that I really care about, they've gone down about 50%, so it was still pretty bad. Thankfully, again, I don't know, maybe I'll attribute it to just, I guess, talking about it more, doing the podcast, because I think that is really 90% of just getting things done, is just getting the momentum going the right way, getting your stride or something. But there is kind of like not a workflow, but just if you're doing other stuff, you feel more motivated, you get the pleasure of completing something, and then you want to do that again versus just going back into your bed and sleeping, which then is comfortable for like that moment, and then immediately afterwards, I at least normally feel pretty shitty about myself. It's like the worst possible way to start your day is just get up and then just go right back to bed and just sit there and think about how you should be doing things. But yeah, I've been I'm still not doing well, obviously, or you would be hearing this broadcasted on some kind of a national syndicated, if I make money with this stuff, it's gonna have to be where I create some kind of, that's what I need to create, a media company and then get it nationalized by whoever's going to be the next president, because we've gone back and forth enough to where the next guy is going to have all the powers that Bush, Obama, and Trump all kind of introduced, whether through law or just through, well, this happened before, so I guess we'll do it again, which they seem to go off of so much. I want to be his nationalized media company, and I want all of my dispatches to just be like forced into your homes. Like just your phone, like, you know, people got that warning about the nuclear strikes, and then everybody fucked their cousin and then was like, oh, I shouldn't have done that. That's what's gonna happen with these episodes. They just get shot right to your fucking phone, and it's just me just being like, yep, no, I didn't get out of bed today, but you guys did, because the economy still works, and good for that, because our new leader, I don't know, Nancy Pelosi's gonna die and then come back reincarnated and be like, well, let's do this because I'm the first dead woman to ever run for president. Jesus, that was stupid. But yeah, no, I mean, even just doing this now, I feel a little bit better about, because even just starting this, there's no, like, especially with a recorded podcast, there's no nerves that I have, but I'm still like, this is going to be weird to have a conversation with myself for the next half hour out loud. But even just doing this, I feel better about that, and really need hammered in my stupid head that if I just keep doing stuff, things will work out. Maybe I also won't whistle whenever I talk, like whatever the fuck that noise just was. But yeah, I yesterday, I mean the weekend, it's Monday today, it's the 28th of January. The weekend, I really didn't, I got, it was on purpose, so I didn't see it going as far as it did, but it was on purpose to, Friday night I was just kind of tired of people, cause I spend most of my time how I want to right now, and I'm dealing with a whole life of people that don't do that, and then, so when they're like, hey, do you want to do something? And I'm like, fuck no, I don't want to, why would I want to do that? I can do anything else that I want, and then these people, they have like 2 hours a day where they're like, I get to do something and this is exciting. And I'm just like, fuck off. So I just got hammered starting at a Mexican restaurant in Robinson, which if you're ever from Pittsburgh, it's like the super suburb parts. It's just where all the kind of, there's a mall, there's a fuck ton of stores. It's all just buying shit, but got fucked up there for too much money, and then went down into Pittsburgh and continued getting fucked up. Well, maybe it's still having some lasting effects. I at least had one drink over because some guy spilled, I threw my jacket on a chair. It's a cigar bar, and it was it's called Greek Night. I still have no fucking idea what that means, but it was just a bunch of people dancing like they do, like think of like The Godfather where everybody no. I don't even know if that's actually a scene in The Godfather, but it's when I think of like Italian weddings where everybody gets up and starts dancing. It's not a conga line, but it's like everybody has their arms or they go around in circles, they spin. I don't really get why it's dancing. I don't really get why people do it, but people who have a big kind of sense of family and tradition love the shit. But that's what they were doing there. So people got up, moved away from the bar, so I threw my coat down to kind of just get it off me because I was getting too warm. And, because I got to show off my amazing self without my coat kind of diminishing just the sex appeal. But some guy, spilled, a drop of whiskey on it and just, freaked out. And he was like, I'm so sorry, please, I'm sorry. And then I was like, I don't give a fuck, because I was very fucked up by that point. And that wasn't even... That was still with 4 drinks to go probably. But then 5 minutes later, so I'll buy you a drink. I'll buy blah, blah, blah. So I got at least that one. I probably shouldn't have had the last 3, but at least that one put me over the edge. Because now I might just sound like I don't know. I don't know how much, if anybody's listening to this, how much you guys are big drinkers. But I haven't drank in month at least, probably, or 2 months, at least. I don't like booze in small amounts because it does nothing for me, and I don't really particularly like it in big amounts except on certain times, and this was one of those times. So I then just spent Friday nights just vomiting into a toilet, and then into a bucket next to me, which I haven't done that in 3 years, have to sleep next to a bucket. But in the morning, I felt shitty, but I didn't feel that bad. I woke up and I was like, my head's gonna start pounding, and that kind of, that hangover headache that people get. And it just didn't. I just, again, like I said, I couldn't really focus on anything. My head was still all fucked up. But I didn't have that pain, so I kind of got off pretty easy with that. That's also because I don't really drink stuff with sugar in it. You gotta just stick to, either just straight whiskey or vodka and soda. So as long as you do that, you're not, people complain about all these hangovers and blame it. It's not, it's partly the booze because it's making you dehydrated, but it's not helping that you're drinking fucking Natty Lights and having 30 of those, or a couple old fashions with a fuck ton of sugar in them. But yeah, that was the weekend, so I really didn't. I got a little bit of writing done on Saturday towards the evening. The beginning of the day, I was just I don't even know what the fuck happened. Somehow I didn't lose anything, even though I took I did not stop, because I came home, was drunk, and then I was like, oh, okay, I'll get an Uber from here. And so I didn't take anything out of my wallet. I left everything in there, just like stumbling out to an Uber. Had some dumb conversation with the guy in the Uber. I think he was on something maybe, because he kept twitching at me. He was also real weirded out by me sitting in the front seat. But he was a decent dude. He was fine. I didn't tip him though. I think I mentioned that in one of the last podcasts when I got, real fucked up last time. I think that was back for the Conor McGregor fight. But that guy didn't talk to me at all. And I tipped him like $5. I've never tipped anybody before, but, I didn't do it for this guy either. It's Sunday. Again, I still slept pretty late, but I at least got up and did some stuff. I kind of just worked out at the house and started writing. Actually went someplace first because I was like, oh, okay, I'll go to like a coffee shop or something so I don't have distractions. I'll just not find the Wi-Fi. And I got there and they were just like, yep, no, we're closing in a half hour because, I don't know, some private group. I don't think, like, on the door it says they're not supposed to even be, or they're not normally open on Sundays, but nobody has their, like, hours all synced up anymore, it seems like. But yeah, so then I came back, I just wrote from home for a little bit, and then I went outside, which is always a good thing, I guess. If you don't do that, especially in the winter, I'm not just talking about like driving around, going to work, doing like kind of your normal routine stuff. You don't like go outside and break something out of the routine. I went to a field and threw tennis balls around for dogs. It was not fun. I hated every single minute of it. And it was cold because it seemed like earlier in the day I went to that coffee shop. It didn't seem that cold, but as soon as the sun set like a little bit, it felt like it dropped like 10 degrees. So that was nice, but it was probably good to just get out, move around for a little bit, do some physical exercise outside of the gym. Even if it is cold, even if I'm not getting any sun, because that was the other thing. I was like, oh, I'll get some sun, I'll feel better. And then it's like, I didn't feel anything because I'm covered up with a hood. I have 3 jackets on and I'm still cold. So I'm still just kind of miserable and the sun's just bright. But the sun isn't even warm at that point. It's just bright and it just hurts your eyes. But I think I got some more writing done later. I did some like sketching out what I wanted to do in later scenes. And then today, again, I didn't go super early, but at least I went to like a specific place. And I think that might help me in at least focusing on whatever it is, whether it's the writing or looking at expanding on other things or building other things. If I can go to some place different than just like my extra bedroom where I have like my laptop, my bigger laptop set up, and as long as I can just do it on my Chromebook, and I think that would at least help me put in like a base amount of time each day. I want to do more obviously than just because you have to pay for like parking there or something. And not that it's not much, but I have issues with paying for parking at places and just like how they decide to do that. It's not necessarily logical. I'm not going to try to defend it, but I get angry. So I'm not going to stay there for that long. But I think if I can just spend like an hour and a half to 2 hours there, get like a cup of coffee and then just sit there, drink that and force myself to type stuff out, to work on stuff, to think about things. I might be muttering now, but I think that's probably where I want to go with things right now. I'm making it sound like this is some kind of a business decision. No, I think it should help. I think if you're trying to do stuff where I've always kind of had that problem with doing anything from a home setting, is I can get into that mode of work and I need to do things now, but it's hard for me to do that, especially if I've gotten out of the practice of it. If I've gotten out of the practice of it, or if I've lulled on forcing myself to do something for like one day, it's real easy for me I do not keep good habits for long, if I don't practice them like daily. if I don't do a stretching routine daily, I'll do it for 3 weeks. Same thing with doing push-ups daily. I'll do it for 3 weeks, and then as soon as something where I get woken up at an early time, or something happens where I'm someplace else where I don't feel comfortable just dropping and doing 50 push-ups in the morning, I'll just forget, and then I won't do it again for 3 days, and I'll be, oh great, this is useful, I'm so glad I can pick these things up. Bad habits, those are a lot easier to get stuck on. But I don't know, I guess what this podcast was supposed to be about was just kind of reiterating pretty much what I said last week. Just trying to keep your habits positive and using that, because as long as you can keep the habit, because even if it's not, because making something or creating stuff, I don't think is, we have this idea of these strokes of genius, and when it's done in movies, it's during a montage, and it's da-da-da, and he's making it, and he's practicing, and he's getting good, and he's amazing, and whether that's Rocky, or it's someone learning how to play an instrument, or something like that, it all goes by really quick. It goes by in less than 5 minutes, and it's not really that. It is the same as doing any other job, because I think anything you do kind of daily is going to become monotonous, even something that you can kind of laugh at sometimes and go, I don't even care about this, I don't want to do this, this is stupid. You kind of just, as long as you put the work in, as long as you keep there, it's a lot easier then to stay in a better mood about it, to stay in a better kind of output for it, if you just have the base of keeping the habit of just doing it every single day. Because the only time the problem's really going to happen is whenever you do what I do, where you give up on something because it's inconvenient for the moment, and then you go, I'll just do it tomorrow, and then you don't, because you can find something else as to why it's inconvenient, and then you can do that forever. And as long as you can keep yourself focused on whatever that is. I had some other stuff I kind of maybe wanted to talk about. I wrote some other stuff down. I didn't really even talk about that. I'll probably do that in another podcast. I think there was something else that I want to talk about this week. I don't know. I guess just if you're listening, keep doing whatever you're doing. Get me on Twitter at BakersDozen93. At this point, it doesn't matter because I'm kind of admitting that there's not really that much interaction, but if you really want to have a depressing conversation, just find me on Twitter at BakersDozen93. If you've listened to me before, you probably know me through the You Me and BTC show. We'll be doing some kind of live event every week, whether it's a podcast or a live stream of us playing a video game or a live stream of Google Hangouts. We'll have something for you guys. Always check out the website. Check out Zach Vole. He's still doing the Coin Pod. He's out in New York now, so send him some love. I don't know why I said it like that. I'm trying to sound like a podcast promoter. But yeah, I'm going to finish this up now, and hopefully, or not hopefully, I'm going to tell myself, because you shouldn't. You should be direct, and positive language equals positive results. And even if I say that with sarcasm, it still means something maybe. But yeah, have a good day. I'll have a good day, and I'll use the best of it, if that even makes any sense. Bye.